for make sure say peace day inside the country all time. From May 23 to May 25 this year, na the Bintumani International Conference Center. So, Salone people, make yourself join on, no matter your tribe, political party, your religion, or whether you're a man, woman, or pikin. Remember say, peace, then you save your hand.
Now we call the big God for this one word, and now this way, maybe so we go get one word.
For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1, simply the best.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people. Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
From studios in New England Vale, good morning and welcome to the final edition of the program Good Morning Salone for this week, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Today on Friday, May 17, 2019. We will bring this Friday edition of the program come to you. Mina Asma James.
And Mina Saptiu Kalon, good morning. Inside the program this morning, police do arrest about 150 school picking them, was workman and some teacher them when engaged by examination malpractice na O'Neill Street inside Freetown. People in the Waterloo community don't raise serious concern but the plenty violence we then say don't they happen at this community ahead of the Waterloo Edman election we forbid tomorrow Saturday May 18 this year. And today inside the program, Radio Democracy will look inside the clean energy access to solar way but 95% women them they sell na different parts of the country.
Well, this and plenty other story them na for in the program. Plus we'll get updates from the Salone Premier League who say the chairman go can't talk but the league, the second rounds of the league and also another sports week they call Rugby. All this information they for you in the program this morning. You will listen, can be part of the program through your text message to the AfriCell number 077 981 981. You can also go now we Radio Democracy Facebook page and drop your comments on any of the issue them already discussed this morning. www.radiodemocracy.sl you can go and listen we live. Also, all this now with support from AfriCell and Usiwa. The program now Good Morning Salone and they come to you from 98.1 FM.
And inside the studio with we this morning, we get Maria Makamara, CEO, founder, Smiling Through Energy. And therefore can talk about the clean energy access where they provide where women they sell over the country. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, continue for the with we inside the program Good Morning Salone, and now we look at the first issue. Independence promoter an organization where organize Miss Independence beauty pageant as way for give capacity to young picking them na the country. April 27 this year, the Independence promoter be organized beauty pageant Osai Mayor Magdalene Kabo be win Miss Independence 2019. Osai the head na the Independence promoter. Jatku Karim go get 15 million check to Miss Independence. We make the winner be say, e go work tranga one for promote woman them na politics. Mange Masari get more and go now report.
Here today to present a check of 15 million to Marian Kabo as the winner of Miss Independence 2019.
That's not the voice of Gatwood Karimu, when they hand over 15 million check to Miss Independence inside one beauty pageant, where them in do Nasara Lighthouse Independence Day, where Marian Magdalene Kabo been win Miss Independence out of 6 people then who them in contest for the crown. That will Karimu continue for talk about the contestants them, where them in take part in the beauty pageant.
We had 6 contestants during the contest. 6 contestants and she was the winner. We had judges, about 3 judges, who actually judged them on presentation, cultural, platform, and so forth. So at the end of the day, she actually got a crown for actually having that title. That title is not an easy title. Owning that title means you really have to represent Miss Independence well. The way you carry yourself, the way you articulate yourself in several places in order to make a speech. And at the end of the day, you had a platform. You said, this is the platform that I'm going to use. And I really want you to use that platform in order to actually achieve whatever you want to achieve. Because nobody gave you that. You said, this is the platform I want to use.
Tina Davis, now one panitri judge them, now the beauty pageant. Talk about the criteria them, what them being used for pick Miss Independence.
You do know that it was a tough race. Basically, all the judges, we have never met any of the contestants, we didn't know anything. We went strictly by the criteria about poise, content, that's how you were articulating yourself, and based on the questions, how you carried yourself, the beachwear, the dancing. We looked at different things, and there were 5 of you. You emerged as the winner. But after that, other contestants were not very happy, thinking that it was a fix. And we just said to them that, ladies, it wasn't a fix. We don't even know this lady, and nobody ever said anything. Interestingly, even the judges didn't confer at all until the end of it, where we had to put all grades, all marks together to have an aggregate to find a winner. So it wasn't like, say, everybody went for one or whatever it is. So we all had different people, but we agreed that whoever had the numbers who made, the winner was going to be the winner.
Marian Magdalene Kagbo, now the winner for Miss Independence 2019. We same way so, now first year students, where they get bed, now the Multimagai College of Education, say because it been confidence and be ready for the beauty pageant, make it been winner.
I've been confident and also outspoken, and I think I was the best out of the rest. I not look to the audience, like how them been they react towards my appearances, but I've been still confident and also stand strong because I know say I can for win the crown.
Maria Magdalene Kagbo continues to say, in platform, now for talk about women their rights, now politics, so that them go able to get more women them, now governance.
I go look for fight for women's rights and participation into governance processes, and also for go community to community for educate women about their need to participate in governance processes. At least inside every month, second week inside every month, I go take the opportunity for go around communities talking to women about their need to participate into politics. Well, first of all, I give tithes to Papa God for tell and thank you for waiting he do for me. And secondly, I go like for give some amount of the money to some picking them we no get and save the rest.
But one thing we plenty people can talk about that way then they into pageant can distract them from their academic work. Usai Maria Magdalene Kagbo say beauty pageants not they distract them from in academic work.
If you begin go into pageantry, you're not able to concentrate. But me no say even if I dey into pageantry, I dey still do my best and also perform well in my academics, and I have done it so many times. Like for the Miss Convent, I also performed well in the WAS examination, and I know I'll continue to do the same no matter what, even if I am to become the next Miss Sierra Leone.
Maria Kagbo end up call on women them when they into beauty pageants for take the academic work serious for radio democracy. Mange Mansari, the report.
All right, we continue the program. 7:39 at the time from studio clock. We come over to his studio guest them. Also, we get 2 beautiful women them this morning. They can talk about different things them. Well, the first one, Namayama Kamara, the founder for Smiling Through Light. They deal with solar lights, clean energy access, and then what did they do? 95% of the one they really sell them now, woman them. And we'll come to you. Good morning, Mayama.
Good morning, Asma.
All right, we'll come to you shortly. And we also get women of many hats now. Mimi Bangali. Well, today, this morning, they are for talk on rugby. We're in sports, where you can talk to me, but in our Assistant Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Rugby Union. Good morning, Mimi, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Asma. Good morning, listeners.
All right, you can tell me why you so passionate for what you do nowadays. You inside rugby. We will come to you shortly, and we expect the chairman for the Premier League board. We will can give you updates on the league where they go on now. I come to you first, Mayama Kamara. Smiling Through Lights. They provide clean energy access through the way how una sell solar products them. Give me more information.
Okay, thank you, Asma. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, Salone. As Asma say, my name is Maya Makamara. I'm the founder and director of Smiling Through Light. So Smiling Through Light focuses on clean energy access. We work with a network of women to provide clean, reliable and sustainable energy through the sales of solar products. So in Sierra Leone, and not only Sierra Leone, this is like a big global issue. Globally, nearly 1 billion people do not have access to electricity. Then 60% of the people within are sub-Saharan Africa, so that's nearly 600 million people will not get access to light. Where we move down, Can to Salone, recent statistics, they say only 13% of the population get access to electricity, and in rural community now less than 1%. So this now a really big issue, not only and Freetown, Sierra Leone, but as I don't say, throughout sub-Saharan Africa and the world globally. So what we really try for do now for make sure say people then they use things that like solar product instead of before people they use pan lamp. Yesterday we go to one school program we one small picking me they explain to we say they see in some of him family members them they cut pieces, put her inside bon pamite and light them or candle, and in this day and age we not for the use them kind of products in there for light wheels because they're so dangerous. It affects your health, people inside. So now clean energy we they move forward to, and then they really the company they focus on. So now private business, as Asma mentioned, we they work with 95% of we now woman them. So as the founder me na woman, the sales agency already work for we themselves na woman them. So thank you.
So you talk about providing clean energy access, and also the statistics where you make worldwide, and to Salone with 13% the population now get access to electricity, 1% now the rural. This look very not to look too good, but talking about the clean energy access, how una they do how una they provide them to people in particular in the rural communities?
Okay. So for Smiling Through Light, I suppose one thing we they try for do now for really move, and as I mentioned, our private business, so we they create job them, income opportunities for different people in our community. So we they source we products them, so we business model now that we they work with manufacturers from all around the world. So currently the products they use now a sunken line where the manufacturers they name Green Light Planet. Now where in 2016 the previous government and DFID been run something called Energy Compact Agreement, where one of the main requirements and for check say all the solar products that where they carry inside the country don't verified. So IFC World Bank get one program where they call Lightning Africa, where they verify and test all the products that where they carry inside the country. Like before, you can just get different products there where people and just been a bring come inside and sell. So now they're not regulated than this. So that is the first thing for make sure say the products that they use then very high quality, the standards them excellent. So we they purchase from different manufacturer them that they sell the product them.
Looking at providing light through solar products, how long you don't day into this system, or in terms of this adventure we take up?
So my background in international development. Okay. So I not get like my background not in business or anything, but in 2008-9, DFID and Comic Relief be introduced one project called Diaspora Volunteering. So na London are there, but na Salone born, and because of the war I left here at the age of 9. Move go Salone from 2004 and they go back and forth. So where this volunteering role come up now from in 3 months for can work na Freetown for develop sexual and reproductive health curriculum. Now so I get for learn but this whole issue. So from then 2011 up to now we don't work on them.
Looking at people we don't do into the solar for provide lives, we don't see plenty people on the come up. In your work what you do, what are the difference between you and other one them? What you think say you're not the best?
I think so first of all most organization, the way they operate in our salon, the energy sector now a very male-dominated sector. So one, we stand out, not only us, there's another organization where they by Line, where I can always celebrate barefoot women, where we they implement, because some women and they in the sector where they do more policy or campaigning work, like the Aminata Doumbouya, Sophie Johnson. So I think one of the unique things there, that for say we as the women then, they go on the ground, implement, work with local communities. Number two, we they bring in very good products them. Like with products that they work with the quality very, very high. Now we did also try for build a network of with sales agents them over the next 5 years. We'll get between 2 to 250 sales agents. So also we're in a local company, all we staff the way they work there, we're all Sierra Leoneans, we're young, we're full of innovation. Every time we come up with new and different campaign them. So I think say in that sense we're very unique, and we also the standout.
Mariama, you talk about bringing una products and coming. Una the plan for do an so rather than bringing in the solar them way una the sell.
Yes. Then now we like long-term future, and something actually I don't always want for those. So I really believe in manufacturing, because as I mentioned before, one of my big things there now, the best way we'll be able to provide jobs then for people, because ultimately now then they get for remove them from poverty. So we don't begin look at ways we can set up, say like assembly line them, if we're able to source some of the products they are, or find like a young engineer, we're going to develop we own solar lamp, so we're going to make an salon and then export them.
Looking at the statistics, where you get a clear say more for do the energy sector for provide light for people. In terms of your product, how affordable it be for let people in more in the remote area where no get light able for provide them?
Okay. So we sell 3 types of products right now. The big one are Pro 400, so then they provide light and also they charge your mobile phone. And that product they sell them for 400,000 leones. The medium size one way for light and also they charge mobile phone 250,000 leones. And then the smaller one are 80,000 leones. So free tongue people and they buy directly, but upline we get loan scheme where we don't set up for customers them over 2 months, where then they pay for the products.
What are the duration of them products here? So like how long did it take?
So once where you don't fully charge the big one, they give you 8 to 10 hours of light. The medium size one they give you 6 to 8, and then the smaller one 4 to 6.
All right, continue for the between the program. In name Maya Makamara, founder Smiling Through Lights. They are this morning for talk about the clean energy access when company they provide through the sales of solar products. Continue for the between the program. We will come back to you shortly. We continue with the program. 7:48 now the time from the studio clock. We come over to the other studio guest. We now Mimi Bangali, Assistant Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Rugby Union. Good morning once more and welcome to the program.
Morning, Asma.
When I first get the call from you talking about for Council about Rugby, I was like, hey Mimi, now this again you say okay, I play rugby. Well done for that.
Thank you.
Because now one sports we not too know but in the country. But tell me small about this game.
Okay, good morning, listeners. May I start by telling you how I become involved in rugby. So, as Asma say, I call a few days ago asking for a platform for talk about rugby na Salone. That's because while I've been in college, I play rugby for 4 years, and one thing will attract me to the game. My college been get different sports them, but it's not been the only sport where I not been know anything about at all. So when I can reach for selector sports, I say, okay, might just go for this new thing and see how it turns out. And it was interesting. So about rugby, most people them don't know about the game, not to sports we popular now we on side of the world. But if you go to countries them like Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, England, then country then they now the major sports them, especially like the Pacific Islands them. And even right now, rugby na the fastest growing sports na America. So what make them different from other sports them? Rugby na contact sports. So by that, like football, when you play football, now you and the ball get business. You know, for touch other player, right? It's not foul. But rugby, you literally get for wrestle the ball from the player. So rugby is played with your hands, unlike football. I compare it to football because now football people are most okay with na salon. So football, you play them with your hands, and you need to score a goal for win. It's a similar concept in rugby. Football, you play with your feet, sorry. It's a similar concept in rugby, but with rugby, you play with your hands. So you hold the ball and run with them and try for score against the other team. And how you score? You score by touching the ball to the ground on the other team their own side. So in rugby, we call a goal a try. So when you score, we say you don't score a try, and that's 5 points, right? And now you waiting at the other team, you own roll, now for make sure say that person they will get the ball, not score na your own team. So you get for run and tackle them, on go for them, on go roll around, but really if you tackle them and prevent them from scoring and try for win the ball from them. So that's the basic premise. Passing all the ball, make sure say by any means possible enough score. Whether not for jam, obviously there are rules to the game, right? You can't hit people in a certain way because certain way the way they knock person we're dangerous. There are ways to tackle someone. Yes, now for rules have got penalty and everything. Where the ball go out, you get the position we'll call a hooker. Na in position and in rule na for throw the ball back in. So we get different positions. What do they try for do? Would they try for popularize the sports na salon? Because currently, unless you're a person we don't travel outside the country, it's very unlikely for me you know about the sports. But what would I experience? Every time we people that see the game, especially the young guys, then they can be so attracted to her. I don't know if not the violence or the adrenaline or whatever, but every time people see the game, they come, hey, I want to know about this game, how to play this game. So we know that if people know about this game, then obviously we'll get more participation. And currently we get teams that they play in Lonely Beach every Sunday. There is a team that plays there. So just people walking around and seeing, then guy there, why as a rugby player you forget speed. That's the key thing. Like as football player you forget stamina. Obviously they run up and down for a while, but as rugby player you forget speed because you get a whole team of people chasing you with the intent to hit you and take the ball from you. So when you watch them, it's very exciting, and would they try for make a popular in a salon.
Looking at the rugby, it gets a special way where people like the dress and a special side where they can play. For salon, yeah, for the one that we don't show the interest. Salon get a side there, all the capacity to where it takes, because when you watch them, a game where you for one person will come for many people will come on top of you and everything.
Yes. Okay, so we get rugby jerseys them like any sports. We attire, and I'm happy for say we recently get a donation of about 100 jerseys, rugby jerseys from the Pentland Group in the UK, and that was facilitated by Madam Nasu Fofana, where I'm sure you're familiar with her. But she negotiated, and the Pentland Group, they're huge sponsors of rugby, so they donated jerseys. So now our teams have enough jerseys for our teams. And then what was your second question? Sorry.
In terms of the side for player and everything.
Okay, so a pitch. Attire. Right now we not get an assigned pitch, but any pitch within you can convert any field into a rugby field, right? As long as you know the dimensions, you can come and draw a line, and then we get we on goals them. So the rugby goal now like 2 poles them with it in up, and then it's like H-shaped, 2 very tall poles, and then there's a bar across the top. So after you score a try, for example, we score goal, then also they give you get 5 points, but then you get the opportunity for score 2 extra points by kicking the ball through that H hoop. So the rugby pitch gets a own setup, and that's until we can just come plant and go. You can put it on any side. And right now, what in the Sierra Leone Rugby Executive they in the process of doing is securing a field, a pitch for rugby. So we don't get a place na 6 Mile. We na grown we one part we members them na the executive Cherry don't secure for we. So right now we try for equip that pitch. They plant turf, artificial turf, put the goal post in there and make them way on.
All right, Mimi Bangali, continue for the veterinary program in our Assistant Secretary General, Salone Rugby Union. So that we can play with Tuna. All right, so now we two guests and the way we get, we will continue for talk to them. The time from studio clock now 7:55. From studio clock, we go to other issues. Ahead of the Waterloo Aidman election, which will be Saturday, May 18 this year. People in the Waterloo community are in serious concern. Say violence plenty, where they say go make go unbug the community. Musa S. Kamara gets more. Go now report.
Saturday, May 18 na the date for the Waterloo Aidman election. We say people na the Waterloo community they pick Aidman where they lead this community for the coming year them. After we the Aidman for this village be don't die. But as this election they build up, tension don't begin mounts.
Amongst the three candidates that will stand for this Aidman, Leslie Osewenzul we na Mion Fadelo, and as a result of that, then Tagam say na APC candidate. So when the man hold a meeting, so when they come out this meeting, na in the supporters there of this Alusan CC, we na known SLPP operatives then at this village, then begin run at people them with stone. Then come meet him up na mi junction at about 9 o'clock na net on Monday night. Then begin stone me. Yana APC no the day yana we get ya una grow no grow una no grow yana we get ya.
Cornelius Divo, APC National Publicity Secretary, we same way so na member na the Waterloo community. They talk about in experience for sake of this election. Divo continue say the attack on him not been stopped there. But say this attack continue as he alleged say they been attacked in Os Mindulets.
Na net at about 1:30 Tuesday morning, them boys they had come back. They can forcefully try for enter into me house. They stone the house, bounce on me gate, me dey inside. Now tell them say, and also na do I say, but if any 1 pounder jump this fence and enter inside this compound, na in the body are the even at it.
That's not the level where the Waterloo Aidman election don't reach to. But apart from Cornelius Divo, other people self get the experience, but waiting happen to them after one attack will be on people where then tag as SLPP supporter them, and attack on other set of people them on Monday where then tag for be APC supporter them inside rally them with the different Aidman candidates them.
The stick he stabbed me today. He bust me jaw, he go inside. From there now blood begins spray from me. They begin stone upon stone. Say the couch now me collapse one, can go hospital before I can station soon.
So Mr. Sorry Roots now, when I see Mr. Mohamed say he only stick, he beats me. He beats me, damage me, pull blood for me. They not give me no reason. He say because me rally. He say because me rally, and that's make he beats me. He see me the rally the afternoon time. So now that's make he beats me.
But all this according to Cornelius Divo, the Deputy Minister of Energy, Dr. Eldred Tunde Taylor, and the person who is responsible for all the violence in the Waterloo community.
So Tunde Taylor is the mastermind behind all of the unfriendly and unhealthy incidents them where they take place right now in Waterloo.
Somebody go ask for your evidence.
Well, the evidence are very clear. We get people where don't they way they talk. You know, we get people where they sit on a Jabex, where they say every day where they candy. So the evidence, not to see where they ask for. One of the factual things that way they happen now is that Tunde Taylor, in desperation for gain favor on SLPP, and don't even tell and say we cabinet reshuffle can and the Campula, is so desperate for transform Waterloo to SLPP ground.
For sake of this allegation, make a turn the mic to Dr. Eldred Tunde Taylor, but deny all the allegation where Cornelius Divo say he did do na the Waterloo community.
All I can just say to you, na just a baseless kind of allegation Mr. Divo they make, and as a matter of fact, some of the statements they also I find them very defamatory. A way at least I get for also consult my lawyer for see whatever legal action I go end up for take, because everybody will know me na Waterloo. Know me for be a very quiet and peaceful somebody. I mean at the campus be very law abiding. So if a man sit down and corner, they insinuate so many things. It's very unfortunate.
In all of this, the police get big role for play But according to Cornelius Devo, the police them they work with order from above for sake this issue.
Even towards the afternoon when I go meet the police them and say the one they with stone mills, able to identify them. The police refuse for give me policeman for me to go arrest them people. And them very people and they we can stone mills, the police give them policeman, they work on the tongue, they arrest people who they know seen APC people. We they are then at the office of the LUC and I observed that he was having telephone, they received telephone calls from the Inspector General. And at one time, he moved out of an office, go talk na phone. We overheard and where they say, IG Mr. Cornelius Devo Denaya, himself na victim, and they demand for let we get police for go arrest the people that we stone in place. The IG tell and say, make he handle the situation. So he come back into an office and tell me, say, he no go give me police for go arrest the people until the crime officer minutes the file to her.
I try for get police respond on this allegation, but not been get anybody for respond. As the Waterloo Edman election will be Saturday, May 18 this year, community people don't raise concern for safer security inside this election. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa S. Kamara.
The program where you listen to now Good Morning Salone, and we time for me studio clock now 1:08, and we'll go quickly for this break.
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody elect you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office elect you not get the account number. Buy Edsalight, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for the boss man them. With Leone Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
The program is still listening to now Good Morning Salone. Send a message or comment to the number 077-981-981. Still with me at the studio, we get Maria Makamara, CEO, Smiling Through Light, as they provide clean energy access to community people. Maria, you don't talk about the kind solar product we they produce. Now let we look at how we can identify community them, because you say one of our target them now for provide light and for make sure say the percentage reduce of people still live in dark. How na cable identifying community so will not get light.
So normally what we can do we conduct research on the whole country, so we can look at the census where they can publish, look at different areas, then the population, and now you get a website where different websites where they tell you the amount of people that within a certain area that will not get light. So now then community then they target. So how we can work, we can go into the community, talk to the local chiefs them, talk to all the women association, explain to them what they do. And now then get for give the go ahead for say we can set up or do work. After that they host a big community awareness event where they use storytelling for explain to community members them about the benefits of using solar product. So I work with Mr. Yusuf Ujalo, Car Footprints, where we don't develop, like for example, stories around the firefly, where Boku community member they know, and the firefly they operate like a similar way, like as a solar product, where during the day then they store and reserve their energy, then they get them from the sun, then at night you just they see them they fly about. Then after we don't get all the go ahead, we don't talk to community then we can begin set up all the operation. But really, even though we head office then at Freetown, we main concern now for work now rural community then.
All right, continue for the between at the program. Mayama, when we come back, we go talk about the school they want also can target in una process for make people and get clean energy access to the sale of una solar products them. I come over to you, Mimi, before I come over to the other studio guest. They talk about rugby. You want to make people really popular in Salone. So how I want to make it popular? We already football the top of it, and people are not to know about rugby.
Well, now in we do so right now. Me coming here on radio. So the Rugby Union done there around since 2013, but we don't they focus on improving with teams them, right? But we're not really when they reach out too much. But now we don't see say opportunity day. So we don't media today. I get my colleague where they go on AYV. So they do a lot of media engagement, and I'm glad we foresee the other studio guests we don't come because we therefore also use them platform for popularize this game. As we know currently,
not intimidate how it looks.
As we know currently the Premier League they on right now, right? So we get games them where they happen all over the country and a stadium. So what thing would they do and what we don't do before is before the Premier League teams play, would they go play na the stadium. So we did it earlier in one of the earlier games. I think it was an Eastern Lions game where people them don't come, them don't sit down, they wait for the game for start. You know, say with the Premier League games, people they go early. And then whilst they wait for the game for start, we bring the players them on the field and they played a very short game. Okay. But just that, I think they spent like 15 to 20 minutes on the pitch. But just that short time there, we got so many questions, so many expressions of interest. People say, what's in that game they wouldn't can play, right? So we're planning to do that again. If you want to see what's in a rugby game look like, this game where they come up on Saturday the 25th, we're going to play a little earlier. So from 3 p.m. onwards, from 3 to like 4-ish, the Sierra Leone rugby team will be there playing a full rugby game. If you want to see what it look like, right before the Premier League game starts.
Looking at the game, when I don't get people so far, we don't try for show interest. Like almost people so we don't show interest for say they want play this game.
Well, yes. So like I said, the rugby union itself was formed in 2013, and since then we don't get a lot of growth. So currently in Freetown alone, we get 4 teams, 4 rugby teams in Freetown for Mandem, and then we get 1 female team. And the female team then based na services school, na by Juba. And then na Makeni, we get 4 male clubs and 2 female clubs, so 2 female teams there. And then in Bo we get 2 male teams then. And obviously, each team, you need 15 players on each side for play, right? So each club gets a minimum of 30 people, and obviously more. So we really don't grow because, like I said, for most starting 2013, we don't establish clubs. Na Bo, na Makeni, obviously na Freetown, and they try to get clubs them in all the districts, and we're really proud of we females teams there because of the nature of the sport. It's such a violent sport that forget women them for even once for play is very hard. So the fact that we get multiple women's teams a big achievement for we. And just for clarify, people in the some are not even ever hear the word it's in the rugby. So it's not like robbery. It's spelled RUGBY because I don't see the comments them and people are saying robbery in a sport it's rugby RUGBY. And so we're also trying to get more women interested by bringing women on board. So from 2013 up till now, the executive was mostly male. Now this 2019 was completely male self, not so mostly. Now this 2019 we say okay, more bring women on board. The executive, say the world we're in right now, it's all about gender balance. So now we get that's how I came to be part of the executive. We get me as the Assistant Secretary General, and then we get Assistant PRO, she's also female, and then we set up a women's advisory group, and then we get a board where now half of the board is females. So, just to answer your questions, we've been doing a lot. We've been going to schools, secondary schools as well. Training, we don't train coaches them where they work with schools them for introduce the sports into schools. And so we got a program now, Albert Academy. Well, we've had a program now, Albert Academy, St. Edwards, and POW, the boys' schools then for introduce the sport.
All right, continue for the with we. Mimi Bangali, we will come talk more on rugby in the program. Well, 10 minutes after 8, now the time for my studio clock. We they come over to the next studio guest. We don't bring smile on the faces of people through football. Emmanuel Safa Abdullah, chairman for the Premier League board. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Asima. Good morning, listeners. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, second leg of the Premier League don't begin, but the tension we will see. The first leg being get, we're not too see now. What's happening to the league?
Well, the league, they go on well. I mean, we don't play over 20 games so far. The issue is, the calendar the more we not get control over them. Firstly, we get the month of Ramadan. Don't come. A lot of people get for fast, and it go difficult for them for go watch games at 7 o'clock. When at the time when they pray for cut fast. So what do? We bring the games then forward to 4:30. In fact, people been they suggest say, Lord, bring the games and carry the games and go to 8 o'clock. But then this would be a little bit difficult for let somebody don't work all day fast and then eventually you expect them to go look football. That was one of the problems. But I think a lot of people they attribute the low turnout to the fact that we take a 2 weeks break. We had to take that 2 weeks break because you don't play league for 4 years and then you come start a league where you want for done within 6 months. You can get the players and they play every 3 days. At some point you realize that when you watch the football players and they're already been on tire by the end of the league, so you need a time for them for rest. But at the same time the league don't come, and last weekend most of the games up country were completely jam-packed. The game Nabo, Kenema and also Nakono were jam-packed. In Freetown we get some very difficult for let people and turn out because say Freetown is a very completely different environment. But the games are playing this weekend. You get very interesting games, and we hope say people can go turn up at 4:30.
All right, let me just take it back on the last game. So many challenges been there, many complaints been there about violence, about referees' decisions, about supporters themselves. So who's letting the board learn from the last
game,
the first leg. Sorry.
Well, we don't do a lot of things. I mean, firstly, Law addressed the issue of the referees. I mean, there were a lot of complaints about bad officiating, and one of the things I would do in this break was that we get the referees then for training. We organize a training for the referees them again, when we bring the ONS, Office of National Security, and the anti-corruption for can tell them say for officiate wrongly or for take money for influence game, na corruption, or it will lead to arrest. And the ONS also don't come in and don't put together the whole intelligence team at our disposal for begin for investigate if anybody they interfere with the referees them for do unsportsmanly officiating or unprofessional conduct. So that's training they don't go a long way. So far the 20 games we don't play, there are not much complaints because I think the referees them then don't deliver. Also one of the things that way the board been do, for take action against teams them way them fans then they perpetrate violence. So as we've been banned Connor from playing in Connor because we knew that they fought in Connor a couple of times. We also banned Bo Rangers from playing in Bo, them get for move them games them. So I think that don't send a clear message say as a board we are ready to instill discipline in the game. But as football it's all about the passion, about everything. So you get, for example, you get Eastern Lion, you get FC Cologne, they play Ole Rodians this weekend, which is a really, really big game because Eastern Lions don't go this weekend, Nakono. And now FC Cologne thinks then for beat Ole Rodians for go on top. While Ole Rodians don't become a rejuvenated side, we don't beat them first 2 games, and everybody's looking at Eastern Lions. They claim, Edwards go left the game, FC Cologne. So it's a very big game. Everybody is going to be looking up to see what's going to happen, and we are looking forward to a weekend full of passion games. Today you get Port Authority, they play Eastern Tigers, which is really an interesting game because not top teams in this not necessarily in Premier League.
Okay, looking at the rainy season, it already start, and we don't say during intending day, the Premier League still get for continue. Waiting the board plan for let we know see because of the rain, the game them stop.
The rains are. The rain, or of course, don't come. The game would try to finish in the first week of July, when you get really heavy rains. So what we don't do is that try to check the schedule so that the games can go down earlier. So we know we're getting affected because once rain they come, one, the fans are not show up, and secondly, the teams and they get really high expenses. Then players and they sick, they're not able for train, and the stadium self and then they get potter. So we try for finish this league as soon as possible.
Okay, continue for the between the studio. Name na Emmanuel Safa Abdullah, Chairman Premier League Board. The program we listen to na Good Morning Salone, and we time for the studio clock na 8:15, and we go for a quick break.
Better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, na Salone for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all love for na Salone. Boko no kenema, we dey. Kabalama bogo kakambia, we dey. Jala Freetown don't sa, we dey. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, na Salone for me and you. Union Salone Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
Salone now we own. Salone for me, Salone for you, Salone for we all.
The Salone government wants to make all man know say, then they come up with one big conference when at the Ministry of Political and Public Affairs day before, what they call Bintumani 3. From May 23 to May 25 this year, na the Bintumani International Conference Center. Who say all Salone man go can talk waiting them feel or waiting and get for say, but the way and manner where them want for see peace and democracy, all watana Salone. Trade government been all Bintumani 1 for tap the war and Bintumani 2 for open the mouth for democracy. Now, inside Bintumani 3, governments they create the platform for make peace all water inside with democracy. This conference important because it go help we as Salone people them for make we enjoy with democracy, with peace and collapse. Plenty other country then self go come for can take part in this conference for tell we but waiting they self don't learn but peace inside democracy. Like Rwanda, who say that genocide been be, Kenya, who say the president and main opposition leader when not been the see eye to eye, don't join on for push peace inside then democracy go before. Don't Ghana, who say the peace council, they work stronger one now all the district them for make sure see peace day inside the country all time. From May 23 to May 25 this year, na the Bintumani International Conference Center. So, Salone people, make we self join on, no matter your tribe, political party, your religion, or whether you're a man, woman, or Pekin. Member say, peace, then you self your hand.
Now we all the big God for this one word, and now this way.
All right, we continue with the program. Good Morning Salone, 90 minutes after 8 and the time for our studio clock. And they come over to we guest Mayama Kamara, founder Smiling Through Lights, an energy access program where they sell products solar products and also get Mimi Bangali They also for promote rugby because they try for encourage Sierra Leoneans them for play rugby. And also we get the Premier League board chair Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi. Well, the Freeton Hash House Harriers self said and the host then Pan Africa Hash this year. Now Salone the host them on the 31st to the 2nd of June. Then self go for can give more information on the hash. Then they host the Pan Africa Hash. Salone they host the Pan African Hash this year. Well, also we come over quickly to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, the publicity for the games we go on so right now, not 2 days like before the first leg we start. Any reason there for this?
Well, as you know, the clubs them and then they host them games them. Within the Premier League board, they do basically never provide the necessary resources for they're able to host the games. So they pay for light if in the net, we play for some of the grounds. We pay the referees. Every game we have to pay the referees per match. The Premier League clubs and then for do publicity. And one of the things where I've been say last week in the Premier League, week before last, in the Premier League board meeting was that I think one of the teams where they really do good publicity for in games and FC Cologne, that make you see all of the time, then gets really good turnout. And I think the clubs they need to get an obligation for raise publicity and make sure the fans can come out, because you get for cajole, you get for inform the people and that games and they come up. So if you look, for example, all the Rhodesians, they're all over the place. Say they get a game on Saturday against FC Cologne. In fact, and they call the game Papa and Pekin because they say all the Rhodesians born FC Cologne because of Mohamed Cologne. And all the Rhodesians have been there and they don't play. So the clubs then get an obligation for go out there and support and inform the people and about the games. But I also think very important for the fans and for also keep abreast with the table, and the fixtures. The fixtures done they out already. We don't put the fixtures out and you will know say you team they play on so and so dates, whether or not you're on radio about say the games they play. Because it's only when the fans then come out now in this game they become as important as it is. As we all know, Sierra Leone a football loving nation. Forget about smaller sports them way they all over the place. We can still give them platform, make them play then run game. But football is what we know Sierra Leone for. Right now, when you look at Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone clearly feel like Brazil, right? Every morning you go to the beaches, you go to small corners, you see people are training. The young boys, they are playing football all over the country. You get the Premier League is playing, the First Division leagues are playing in the Western area, and I think they don't start in the South. The Eastern region is playing. I think the North is also trying to organize. So I think it's a good thing that we are back playing football.
You talk about choking the schedule for the rain, so it not affect the football. How that's possible when you look back on already don't shift time then because of the fast month?
No, we basically they get teams and they play on weekends and then play midweek. So that means we are choking them. Okay. You will notice something in a 2-3 days break and then forget because we want to finish early. We don't want to let the league go into August. So clearly, with the hopes that the teams can go bear with and don't complain a lot about the players and all the rest, and some not able for recuperate from the energy when they put into games. Well, we pretty sure say then go able for cope because the league don't really get.
Okay.
It don't tense at this moment.
Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, Chairman and Premier League Board, continue for the to inside the program Good Morning Salone, and now we look at another issue. Inside our Rugby Police do 19 O'Neill Street, back of the Sierra Leone Muslim Brotherhood Secondary School for SECA examination malpractice, Thursday, May 16 this year. The regional commander Freeton West, AIG Thomas Mustafa Lai, don't confirm say police arrest 7 teacher them and WAEC official them with other people them during this raid. Osman Kamara gets more and gonna report.
The issue of examination malpractice not a secret again, because inside any examination at Salone, you must say particular students them mix pan yuki. Thursday, May 16 this year, the Salone policemen get information say some students them will take the worst examination. They pass on the hand game na number 19 O'Neill Street na Freeton. But how police come about for know about this information? AIG Thomas Mustafa Lai, na the regional commander Freeton West, he explained.
Whilst I was in my office, my local unit commander called me to say they have received an intelligence that people's and other members unidentified, they are engaged in the examination malpractice somewhere, and a resident at the back of SLMB. When these officers left to attend to this distress call, they discovered that examination malpractice was taking place in one of these buildings at the back of that school. As soon as they got in there, what happened? The people resisted. In fact, according to the officer who went there, who led the team, they had people over 150 who were in there taking this exam, away from the designated place where they should be. Each of these students, they are taxed to come with 500,000. And in that hall, you had all of those who were having business to do with that examination, they are there.
AIG Thomas Mustafa Laai, when at the regional commander Freetown West, continue say, during this raid, they may able arrest 7 exam supervisors them, 1 WAEC official, and other students them.
We have 7 exam supervisors of SLMB arrested, 1 WAEC official, 5 lieutenants of number 19C on Street, Freetown, 30 objective answer sheet for West Africa Examination Council, 19 WAEC identification cards with their PIN code, names, and center code, 20 assorted calculators, 15 blue long sleeve shirts. Because they knew what they were doing was criminal, when they got into this house, they took off their uniforms and they put on wearing apparels that will show that these are tenants in this house and they were not up to anything. So all of those were retrieved as well and brought as exhibit.
Even though we police don't make the arrest here, according to AIG Thomas Mustafa Laai, it says students them and some people them become around the WAEC building, begin stone outside them puel plenty mutka them, and self-damage some pa den officer them.
Also at the same time, when these students who had completed taking their exams at WAEC heard that when their colleagues or their friends, whatever, you know, they are under siege and they have been arrested for some examination malpractice, what did they do? They stormed in retaliation. They stormed the WAEC office. Cars that were parked there had their windscreens smashed to pieces. In fact, we also made a good number of arrests regarding to that. As I speak to you now, we have a good number of people arrested. They are sent to a police station. In fact, we had 11 men and 1 female who were arrested for malicious damage of those windscreens of cars that were parked at WAEC and also engaging in righteous conduct.
AIG Thomas Mustafa Laai bigi all the information here. Now the every Thursday, police press briefing, now the police headquarter, na Freetown. Same way so inside this press briefing, the head of media na the Salone Police Superintendent Brahma Kamara say the reason we make them withdraw former President Nkrumah insecurity them, na because na normality wey ki happen, and safe the one for make them officer here, learn other thing them.
Whether it is rotation, whether it is deployment or redeployment, or whether it is transfer, in the SLP it is a routine and then it is very normal. And this is to give personnel, I'm talking about the transfers or the rotation or the movement, is to give personnel a fair opportunity to develop and acquire all-round policing experience and skills. We have to acquire the requisite skills and experience to deliver policing. So the SLP never wanted to disadvantage the personnel who are deployed at the residences of the former president. So we never wanted to deprive them. So if you keep them there permanently, it's like you are limiting them to one aspect of policing.
Superintendent Brahma Kamara end up assure Salone people and say they will continue to provide better security for Salone people them. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Usman Kamara, the report.
They causing confusion.
But this confused me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look in block them where them beat for them, where they save solid. And at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen. Me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind of magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement where are the use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement now the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want your concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement, na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
All right, we continue with the program. 8:29. We guest them this morning. We can talk about different issue them, and they come over again to you, Mayama Kamara, founder Smiling Through Lights, where they provide clean energy access to the sales of solar products. Them, you make mention of engaging the rural community with the solar lights. Them una can provide. Somebody just send message say Waterloo, they struggle with lights, and then una jump them go now the rural areas. So una get plans for go Waterloo with the solar lights.
So yes, well, we plan really now for work throughout the whole country. As thank you say you get for begin some side. And the research don't tell we say yes, Waterloo get a very big need. But what may happen last year we received a grant from Diffident Comic Relief. We'll be able to help we set up all we operation them. So for example, get all we product, set up all we team. So we currently get a team of 8, soon to be 12 where they work. We they work na Lonsag Tombo, and we get for set up na Kamakwe. But yes, we know left Lonsag, Waterloo, and it all based on the resources, because now I made a fundraise for everything. I know they get like any other support, fundraise, write the bid, and ultimately my dream could be for work throughout the whole country. So people in our Waterloo know we not forget to now we get for each day and we go support.
All right, so you can also engage schools where you can go around schools and show them the solar, explain to them. So now encourage them for use solar on a land you dey land them how for make them.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, Smiling Through Lights now private business. So as soon as I know we they sell with products, they do direct sales, then we they do we get a loan scheme. But last year we set up a campaign what they call One Child One Lamp, when our educational campaign for support school students they within our off-grid communities. So what they do, they fundraise for them. I can host things that they call solar party in London, and I don't host one in Freetown actually, where people and they buy tickets for Candice party. Then the tickets they ultimately buy a lamp for a child. So then we can go to the school and now donate to the picking them, train them how to use the products. We they track them progress. From the day we'll donate, we they track every 3 months for see if the educational grades then don't improve, if they feel much more healthy, much more secure. So now like we CSR campaign where they run for help school of students within our off-grid community.
Okay, also them products there they bring them come in from San Francisco, but we also get the barefoot women them way then they make solar. So how will they work?
Yeah, very interesting. I think so for me, like one thing we're really important now for see how actually we can collaborate and partner more in Sierra Leone. So last year we've been set up everything because barefoot women are somebody where people that we admire so much. I don't follow them work from say 2007. They were the first cohort of women from Salone for go train in India. So when I go meet the Minister of Energy, then I mean one big thing if we want to see how both this young organization and this older organization can work and partner. So he organized meeting for both organizations. So we don't meet, I don't even go up counter line. I go spend a day with them for just learn all the different things them within they do. So now we did look at the best way for work. So for example, some of the things that we don't think about, because then they implement, then they do bigger systems, they're able to do panels, possibly like we able for raise funds, raise grants. So sometimes we can able to do that, and then they implement, or then can do some training with some of our team members them as well. And also, as you know, barefoot women and they train women them. So areas them, for example, if one go walk now Waterloo, it's easy for we for go ask them and talk to them and say, when I don't train all the women there, instead of we going all over. So there's just, we get so many different ways that we can work with them, and this year definitely we want to try for do some kind of partnership.
Looking at the cost of the solar energy, una can get any terms agreement of payment with people in the rural community?
Yeah, so now say if rural community then get a 2-month period for pay, so then they put initial deposit, then they make them payments them over 2 months period.
Okay, continue for the with we. Maria Makamara, founder Smiling Through Light. Now they come over to you, Mimi Bangali, Assistant Secretary General, Sierra Leone Rugby Union. When are the special skill them of this kind of game? We posting for some in terms of training. In terms of training.
Actually, then in a misconception. People then think say you need to be bulky and tough for play the game. What you really need to be is fast. Because you need for able for run with the ball. Like I said earlier, you need for able for sprint. So if you go to a rugby training, you go notice say the coaches and they spend a lot of time on sprinting. You don't even need the stamina for run for long.
What about the strongness of the people?
Yeah, so we get different positions them where in the game. So based on your position, now that skill that you need. So obviously we need some people them way for bulky and strong, right? Like the forwards them. The forward then are the one that way they try for break into the other team their own territory. So they're for strong and then for heavy because we're passing jam then they're not for further easily. So like I said earlier, it's a physical sport. I used the word violent earlier, but that's another misconception. It's not a violent sport, not physical sport. It's a lot of contact. If you're heavy enough so that if person jam you, they go down easily, but then you get the other people there way for fast. So every rugby team, usually they can get one small kinkini person when in goal now for just weave between the players there and be very fast for try for score. So there is a position for everybody, regardless of your body type, regardless of your skills them.
You want for popularize this game now na salon. One set of people we need now for targets now the young ones them in schools. Which plan una get for target? I mean earlier you talk about 3 schools. We already don't go, but more like where you said they explain now you get more and more people who are interested. So how una go able for engage more schools in this?
So obviously, for engaged schools, there you need people that will know the sport. Now that would they start by training coaches them, and then they put them at their schools there. So, right, and for do that, you need resources. So one thing we really don't slow down the growth of rugby in this country, we not get resources. So like there's a huge budget for football because football is very popular. But rugby is
a fun budget.
Yeah, rugby is a very small sport. But what's interestingly now. DHL na the biggest sponsor of rugby in the world, and currently then gets this program what they call Rugby Delivered all over the world. So then they sponsor rugby games them all over the world, and Sierra Leone happened to be one of the countries then we win sponsorship. So this game, Adamic as mentioned earlier, there is a game on Saturday the 25th, just before the Eastern Lions and Old Edwardians game, FC Calon, game. There's a rugby game, and that's sponsored by DHL.
Any
right?
age they were possible for the part of this game? When again age limit or something?
There isn't an age limit, but we encourage young people them, right? Because of the physical exertion where they get on your body, we encourage young people, but age limits not there.
Okay, continue for the program. Mimi Bangali, sorry. Continue for the with Assistant Secretary General Sierra Leone Rugby Union. Over to you, Emmanuel Safa Abdullah. You don't mention about the change them with on in terms of time, the fasting and all that in them. This get any effect on the Premier League where they go on?
Yeah, it gets a lot of great effect on the Premier League. The turnout very low so far. And you obviously go expect say the turnout go be low because people they fast and people the month of Ramadan, a holy month for the Muslims. And in fact, before the first month even start, we get a group of Muslim people where even actually write to we say, because of the first month, we either bring the games them forward or we take them go backward, because then also not be harmful. But clearly, I mean, the first month not a far game for done. We hopefully say as soon as the first month done, all the fans and we will turn up again at the National Stadium and the various venues and they play the games them.
Looking at knowing all those facts for say first month again, one go and say why the head of team in Premier League will not try for strategizing fair we come with a plan so that in any way no will affect the game.
Well, as maybe we need to understand, say this league came about in January. Normally the Premier League they start in October, it runs to May. This one only started in January, and so we not get enough time, and we also get for try for finish and get a break during the rain so that the other league will start in October. So clearly we get caught up in this situation, and we also being a problem with the usage of the National Stadium, you know, because the National Stadium was given out to Chamber of Commerce, and there were a lot of issues about that, where later being get settled. But also you also get for say one of the things where it happened in football in Leone over trading, in the sense that the first division they play, the second division they play, and the Premier League they play. So people then will be in the focus on only the Premier League. Now they look the first division teams them and the second division teams them in their communities them. So then they also do affect the turnout.
The league go down in July, about this 17 or so, and the league go down. So the resources, everything they in now for take the league, so take
everything they in government don't give it all the resources we've been asked them for. We now 3.5 billion. We don't already put aside 600 million, 500 million are the prize money, 150 million for the first man, 100 million for the second man. All the teams that we participate in the competition get some amount of package what we give them, and then we get this time we get a red carpet football award, red carpet evening now one of the big venues them where all the players them way go be invited, and then we will give the award them. Then we also don't put resources aside for them. So yes, we're quite ready for wrap up, but right now we focus on ensuring that people then show up. You know, say the league look like a two-horse race between the old team we say at the number for win competition as my games in Eastern Lions versus FC Cologne. We then say that the new team we get new money we want for challenge them, and the rivalry they don't become very tense everywhere you go now. Then they talk about whether they win, whether not they win, whether they get freeze then they favor, whether the board they favor. But it's very interesting that the league don't get to this level. But significantly, one other thing we need for bring to the attention of people. In the first leg, some of the traditional teams then made a struggle. Now, over the last 20 games, you don't realize Mighty Blackpool, Diamond Stars, Cambo Eagles. These are traditional teams that win, I think, in the top of the table. Then don't come up. They don't win games and they don't come up, including even all the audience who have been the struggle. Now one team no more still the struggle, another call their name because then don't go make you plabber. They call their name. But as I can tell you now, all the traditional teams then don't come up on the table. What it means the league they take a normal shape. Just like in England, we get the traditional teams and where they can 1 to 6, the league don't take a normal shape. So it don't become very competitive. Anytime Blackpool they play, Diamond Stars they play, or Cambo Eagles they play, or Eastern Lions, Eastern Lions, Eastern Lions say they own the number for win competition. Then go na wahala. Then lost na trouble. So me I don't understand my own business.
Okay, but this league now Lions they win definitely.
Well, as far as I know, the only team where me prefer for win this league. Now the Barcelona of Sierra Leone, all Herodians. All man knows the all Herodians. Now we they play better football in this country. Me don't know, but it's
okay, well definitely. Let me see how the game they go. Already the table they show would I go for win this game, although it will change at some last minutes. We will see miracle happen.
Okay, the program Good Morning Salone they continue, and we look at another issue quickly. For promoting culture of reading in the country, one salon person, Dr. Prince Cummins writes one book in name Unforgettable Life Journey, where it's a son they made this year, a police book nado. But waiting this book they about Dr. Prince Cummins talk more to Alex Lawrence Kauma.
This book they talk about my memoir about myself and the life experience that I don't get throughout me time where I dey grow up, where I dey go school, and the time where I go university, the travel and all of that. And then the negative and the positive things that will happen, and I go catalog then things that they for make one become successful.
So how then thing in the way you experience somebody go buy them and they read that book instead of the sense of to the story where you experience?
The book itself, as I say, it get beaucoup experience on my own personal life, both my family, my workplace, them, my friends, them, my community, and the country as a whole. So when somebody read them, the negative and the positive things, them, some negative things, them can be a lesson for become strong for make you move on. And so it will give my own story as how I deal with some of the issues then they, and what I do for make able for move on and become successful.
So look at some of the things, some of the kids in them way like somebody will go urge person for going for the book and read them.
Like we talk about discipline and leadership, where are some of the values then today way no they, especially with the youth. And by the way, the book are dedicated to the youth in this country. So when you look at them values and the way be done day, like you go school, you do bad, anybody in the community can able for discipline you. Nowadays that now they happen. And so that book they go talk a little bit about some of them things a day. Also about workplaces. You get party, you get people away go try for influence you for do things away probably not correct. And how you as an individual you go stand up for say no, this is not correct and I want to do the right thing.
So this is nothing where you be don't sit down, where you go school the right small or now we don't reach to this level now you decide say, okay now reflect back and put something together.
Well, when I'm in this school, of course, I'll be like for read and write. But this, now, some years back, I think, say, no, with all the experience that I don't go to, make I put something together where at least young people can go able for read and learn from my own experience. And, you know, this country, most of the youth, no, they read. The culture for read, no, they. And most people prefer for the watch them, film them. And most of them film them, not get moral things within the show. But when you they read, it will help you for make you able for improve by your reading, your grammar, and develop your skill set. So basically, that's not the issue.
So now somebody go on for say this book gets for do with Dr. Cummins. So I know Sabi Dr. Cummins. Why you feel somebody forget the urge for go in and read the book where something go look for something will go change your life?
Well, like how you say, somebody go say, well, I also be Dr. Cummins. So that the more reason that somebody need for go in for read the book, so that you can able for know more about me and see how best you can able for improve your life, especially on education, family, your community, and there's kind things in there.
So when this book will go officially launch?
This book will go officially launch Sunday at British Council the 19th of May, 2 o'clock, and we invite people for able for come and buy a copy of the book.
Involve cost?
Yes, the book will cost 100,000 for one copy.
The way for go the launch, you know, what's involved?
For come the launching, you not need anything. Of course, we get tickets and we don't invite some people, but you can come also and also come and buy a copy of the book.
That's how Dr. Prince Cummins will talk to Alex Lawrence Koma inside the interview day for one book where he writes where he titled Unforgettable Life Journey, where he say Sunday May 18 this year they go pull this book na do. The program Good Morning Salone they continue.
Well, as Dr. Cummins they bring back the culture of reading, the Young Jones Foundation says they encourage people tomorrow for Canada British Council Hall at 1 for come witness a reading competition between school STEM, primary school STEM. We will be tomorrow for just 10,000 euros for adults and 5,000 for picking them. Come with your picking for can witness the reading comprehension and quiz competition. We'll go for short walkabouts where we come now. We read with text messages them.
In the camo, in the now, I take go better. Let it what I be now. Let my heart cold small. again. I know you talk again. But any party no more. We fit one for the country. I said that's where we get you, ma. I say we are moving about nange dugo mi atento te wakabo tate yetu ite competing na the jami jau the examine to pijui at na the picking nowadays that the no study na te wakabo ite what about them teacher themselves I will know the don't syllable not to get points and after because we're examining the do you know the what to do. But again, it look like some teacher them. After the long chronic malpractice business, fine country. Me, I don't work about.
Right, well, we go look at few messages them we don't come inside the program Good Morning Salone. The first one I go read is a question for the Secretary General. What are the protocols for SLR in case a rugby player was to sustain concussion, head injury?
This other one is say we need credible and qualified people to take care of WAEC in order to address the issue of malpractice. From Justin Jawad.
Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, is there any plans for players who score hat-trick in a match from Kalamu and Passival States?
This other message here, they say rugby is an expensive sport. How do you hope to raise funds in order to organize competition and also popularize the game among girls in school?
This one says, congratulations to the energy lady in the studios. You don't often see women in the energy sector. I only hope they will encourage her to bring in more solars at an affordable prices. Keep it up, Mayama.
This one, they ask, Mimi, what really inspired you to be part of this game, looking at it that it is a male-dominated sport?
Michael Coker on Facebook, Mr. Chairman, do you have any plans to create a SL Premier League website?
Another one, they say, do you have any plans to extend this game in the provinces?
Other message we'll go look at inside the program say rugby is a very beautiful game. Mimi, congratulations to you and team for bringing it up this morning. I only hope you will continue so it will challenge football in this country for some of us who don't watch football.
Another one here, they say providing the solar power is very good. It creates employment opportunity and also promotes the empowerment of women. Hope Sierra Leoneans will take advantage of this offer.
Fode Bundu on Facebook, giving red carpet to the players and families in bracket wife and kids after the league. It will motivate our youth to put efforts in the soccer game.
More message inside the program. This one, they say police need to put more security for the Edman election at Waterloo.
Two beautiful ladies in the studios talking brilliantly. I want to throw my hat to them. Mimi, please keep it up. Last week or so, I saw you on football. Today, you are talking about rugby. Where are you if you have to choose between the two? And to you, beautiful Mayama, you black, they shine like how the solar lights can shine. So please keep it up and give solar to all in the rural areas.
This last one will go, it say, how will I contact you if I'm in need of solar light? Pascal na Hill Station in the axe.
Mohamed Ushakonte, thanks very much, Mr. Chairman, members of the Premier Board and others for accepting in good faith my suggestion to reduce the time due to the fasting to 4:30 p.m. as I suggested. I want to urge you and the board to help smaller teams in terms of publicity for their games, as the bigger clubs will not find it difficult for publicity, but the smaller and younger teams will find it very difficult. This one say, that is the greatest challenge in the sports. We need standard hospital since games involves physical and direct tackles. Another message inside the program. This one say, wow, Mimi, so bold to talk about rugby, a sport that is not even known in Sierra Leone. I want my kids to play. Please give us contact as to where to go. Christiana Biaboy on Facebook. Christian, sorry, Biaboy on Facebook. I like the rugby lady. She's very bold and wish her well in her endeavor. Somebody they say talking about bulkiness for the sports. Asthma fits the bill, so she could try the sports. Okay, we'll talk about that. This one say, my out of my heart to you. Keep it up. What is the relationship between you and the Ministry of Energy? You need to be supported. Well, we see people interested in all of the issues we discussed this morning. I'll start with you, Mayama.
So a couple of things. The Ministry of Energy, we can regularly go update them on we activities, because I think one of the main things they lack na Salone data collection. So for know exactly what they provide solutions them in different places. So we can go and target different area them. So relationship is very good. We in our business, so we're very neutral. We can try for help with strategies and just for talk about we own learning. As people have not mentioned, working in the energy sector is very challenging as a woman. A very male dominated issue. And also the woman they work with. So I'll just give like a small example. On tomorrow we get to go up on south, go on a workshop, because now some of the women then they work, and also we unique thing that the sales agent then they work, but man then they work at the company. But now then they work, employ, so their husband then don't begin feel some kind of way. So we need to go offline, go engage them, invite them kind of we shop for Caroline. But I think say then thing na small where people then they land from. If people they want contact we the guy in Passable Street, we office then number 12 Lumley Beach Road, just opposite SOS. You will see a white building where get orange gate, or then can contact me on 030 35 35 70.
All right, thank you very much, Mayama. I see people really appreciate the coming here today. And to you, Mimi, I'll start with me a question. Somebody I don't know if he wants insults me, said bulky, but he say I fit for the game.
Actually, they think that it will really fit you. Okay. It will really fit you, yeah.
All right, I'll go try.
And just why I don't see that, so like I don't get a few message from women then we now we're interested. Yeah. So but just for go back to people then questions then somebody say what will happen if players sustain injury? Yeah. Well, like every other sport, when a game they go on, we will get medics on the field, right? Any other sport, somebody get injury, they get medics that will take care of, and the same with rugby. If it's like a grave injury, where the person will need for go hospital, then we get the Sierra Leone Rugby Union, we go cover the cost. Now that make we try for raise funds them. And then somebody mentioned popularizing the sport among girls. So now that we get more women them on the board, we get a women's advisory board, and we get women them on the executive, Mickey assure that person definitely say we go try for target girls them more like how we don't do for the boys schools, them go try for extending programs there so to the girls schools them. But Salone in general not get a culture of sports for women them. Okay. Right? So even for the football self, forget girl picking them for play before I say it's more physical. But we go try. And then somebody else asked me what thing inspire me. Well, while I'm in the college, I mean notice say the girls that when they play rugby, they were very fit. And I've been sitting there and I've been want to be like them. So I joined, and then in the fittest I've ever been in my life. Because by the time they don't drill when I done, you notice say your stamina they increase, your fitness they increase, you get slim and all. So for health wise it's very good, and it also they build team spirit. Okay. In the provinces, somebody they ask if they can't go to the provinces. We're already in the provinces. They Bo, McKinney, and Kenema. And rugby, I just want to encourage everybody for come and see what's in the sports stand like on the 25th at 3 p.m.
Somebody say if you for choose between rugby and football.
So I'm a rugby player. Okay. I played rugby for 4 years, but the football now we use for get more women interested in sports because entering football easier.
Okay, thank you so much. Chairman.
Yes, the real sport. No, not the real sport. No. This is not the real sport. Thank you very much. Firstly, like all standard football, if you score hat-trick, now you get the ball of the day. So then they give you and so far in the Sierra Leone Premier League, now one game player don't score hat-trick. Now Abu Kome of FC Cologne. So him in take the ball in Karango. Now that's not the only prize for scoring hat-trick, and he also add to you goal tally count when you do, like goal tally. So on the other issue of red carpet, we all don't realize it's not just about playing football in a stadium or playing football around the country. We need for lift the game up. If you look the European games and you realize at the end of the season, then get red carpet. You find the young people, they wear their suits, they give them respect, brings their families together, and make them get some amount of dignity where they're not being get. So this one we get for organize them. So no issue not there about that. In terms of competition, I think as we all know, FC Cologne is chasing Eastern Lions for win the trophy, then the fit, then get all kind of rivalry. Blackpool have said and don't buy Boku player this break. And Asma, quickly, the good thing about the 2 weeks break we get transfer of players. This is not the first time where I don't see Inter and buy a player 50 million. Leones, 30 million Leones. From a smaller team, then buy was song from anti-drugs to Eastern Lands, 30 million Leones, which means the football they grow, they develop. I not say Eastern Lands like for not just then get money, which is a really good thing.
The player, they'll get the money,
which is a really good thing for young people. But it also shows when they develop the game, they take in shape and taking form. So with the hopes with the soon out this weekend. Today you get Port Authorities and they play Eastern Tigers. Now really good game because now top table games and the one in them. Tomorrow, of course, all Edwardians winner the best team where they play the most exciting football in Sierra Leone. They play FC Cologne when we're picking them, and we get another games that we get for come on. So we hope so when I go turn out for can go watch them.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I will let you enjoy you, Chairman. All right, well, thank you very much to the guest team, and we appreciate that people also appreciate when I want to this money. Definitely we're going to provide the platform for all the sports them in the country, particularly rugby now when myself local and get interested in. Thank you, Mimi, Mayama, and Emmanuel Safa Abdullah. Thank you so much to the production team, Michael Sambola and Alex Lawrence Koma. We produce the program, and also DJ Lava, we give technical support. Mr. Gaya and Mr. Humpa, with all help for making us see we live on Facebook. Until next week, me and Asma James say wish you a blessed weekend.
And Sapti Kalonde say, get yourself a peaceful weekend. Tata.
Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, that's some news and current affairs program. Good morning.